Hello, welcome to the Modcast. The Modcast? The Mosscast. Great start. My first episode, and I'm already getting the name wrong. Welcome to the Mosscast. This is my silly little podcast, and I'm your host, Moss. This is episode 1. Oh yeah. Today, unfortunately, is audio only, but have no fear. Next week, you can see my beautiful face. The video versions will be on YouTube under the same name, the Mosscast. So, this podcast is a comedy podcast, obviously, because it's silly, you know. Um, and so basically, I'll just be, depending on the week, I'll be either bringing on a guest and talking to them about silly things, and they will also be a silly person, um, or it will just be me, um, just talking about a topic, and that is what we're doing today. Um, and you know, you've got to get to know me a little bit, otherwise we'll have no emotional connection, and you'll never want to listen to another episode of this podcast. So, yeah, my name's Moss. I am non-binary. I go by they them, and I am doing this podcast because I've always wanted to do one. Also, I don't need to give you a reason. Just got really defensive. I also got this new mic, which is lovely. You will be able to see it next week in the video. I upload on weekends, by the way. Saturday or Sunday, depending on how busy I am, because I am a university student and in third year, so times are hectic. Very, very hectic, and I'm constantly doing things. But this weekend, I've had some free time, so I've set this all up. I mean, it's not just been a kind of spontaneous thing. I've been wanting to do this for a while, and I've finally got an official YouTube channel for this now. The Mosscast, if I hadn't already mentioned it. And yeah, I've got this, and this should be uploading on Spotify as well. So every time I post, it will be on my YouTube and my Spotify. So yeah, if you want to just listen to it on a walk, you can listen to it on Spotify. Listen to my really irritating voice. And or if you're just sat at home and bored and need something to watch while you're eating, you can stick my face on next week. But yeah. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. Um, and today's topic is beverages. I don't know if you can tell, but that is my favorite sound effect. And it makes me laugh, okay? So you're gonna hear a lot of that. You're gonna hear a lot of that, okay? It will probably get quite grating after a while. But yeah, beverages. What's your favorite beverage? I'd love to know. You could put it in the comments if you like on my YouTube channel. Um, or yeah, I might set up a Twitter for this, and you can tweet me. So then I can maybe give you a tweet shout out at the end of the video. Because there is going to be a segment called Funny Tweet of the Week. So maybe you'll make it onto that. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, beverages. My favorite beverage is, and for those of you who don't know, drinks are beverages. I just like to use the word beverage because it makes me sound really smart. Which is just like a total facade. I like using big words a lot of the time. But yeah, my favorite beverage is, it depends. I mean, I, unlike a lot of people, and I'm not shaming anyone, I enjoy alcohol for the taste of it. So, like, I like cocktails because they taste fruity, like me, and I like beer, because a nice cold beer is nice to me. Sue me. Um, I've gone off red wine. I don't know why. I used to love it. And, spirits I'll only have if it's got, like Coke in it or something, because I want it to taste nice, okay? I whiskey or like rum by itself, it's a no for me, I'm afraid. Boo me all you want, but and call me a wuss. I don't care. I want it to taste nice, and that's allowed. Um, God, I'm so defensive today. But yeah, like my favorite beverage. I've segued a lot, and this is gonna happen a lot, so beware. Yeah. So my favorite beverage depends on the day, but sometimes I'm like, oh, I really want a cold beer, but then that's expensive. Well, not expensive, but like when I could just have water. I like water, but that's not my favorite beverage. I'd say at the moment it's Pepsi. And I know a lot of you are gonna be like, but I really like Pepsi more than Coke. Um, which is weird. I used to really like Coca Cola, and I was like, but then I kind of it depended because if you go out somewhere, most of the time they only offer Pepsi, and I wonder why that is. It's like they're either very firmly Coca-Cola or Pepsi. So yeah, I don't know. Must be some kind of um maybe it's because one of them's cheaper. I don't know. But I like for some reason Pepsi is sweeter to me, and and I find Coca-Cola too fizzy. Like it's like the fizzy to sweet ratio is too high for me. But Pepsi has the fizzy and sweet like taste ratio is like just right. I may sound completely nuts, but that is just my personal preference, and I'm allowed one of those, by the way, and so are you. So if you like something completely horrific to me, that's okay, and I'll let you live. But that's just me. Yeah, I don't know why I suddenly really liked Pepsi. I guess I just had enough of the fizz, the froth. I don't know. Do people call it different things like fizz, the bubbles, the foam, the froth? Um, I don't know, but yeah, I like Pepsi, and most of the time it's cheaper. Um, but sometimes because I'm a student and I often don't have a lot of money. I like this thing, the cheapest, like, large bottle of Coke or like equivalent you can get is like some like off-brand cola that's like 40p, which is a bargain. Like, oh my god, it's under a pound, less than half of a pound. That's brilliant. Um, and that's like like it's a 1 liter bottle as well. Like that's a bargain. So yeah, hit up Lidl for that. I can't remember what the name is, but it's so good. Actually, hold on. Freeway Diet Cola. That's what it's called. Um, it's really good. It's got a good sweetness to fizz ratio, not as good as Pepsi. There's less fizz to sweetness, which is weird. It's like slightly below. Um, so it's not quite fizzy enough because I'm one of those people that enjoys burping thoroughly. I love a good belch. Because it feels freeing. It's like doing a poo, when it's because there are lots of different types of um this is really gross. But there are lots of different types, and when you have a really good poo and it feels really great afterwards. Like that's what burping is like for me. It just feels like I'm not a like you're either a burper or a farter, and I am a most I am only a burper. Yeah, that's TMI. Apologies, but yeah, I don't do farts. I burp, and um, yeah, and they have often been described as atomic by friends of mine. And it's not in a mean way. It's like kind of like, wow, that's like super impressive. And they can be deep. They can be like they can be super deep as well. Like, there's like Wallace and Gromit burps, like the bunny rabbits in Wallace and Gromit in the the Were-Rabbit. I was gonna say Were-Bunny, but there's no Were-Rabbit. What a film. Anyway, yeah, like I love burping, and I like it's an achieve like often like if it's when I'm drinking anything, but mostly fizzy drinks is when my burp game is really good. So yeah, like I'll do like some humongous burps. That deserve medals, if I'm honest. If there's a burping competition out there, hit me up because I would love to be on there. And I would put you all to shame because they are pretty impressive. And even like if I have a cider or something like that, like just the amount of just sheer force that comes out of my mouth is like people like people that are very kind of disgusted by stuff like that, which is just a normal. I mean, not my burps because they're like they're not normal human burps, but most that's a normal bodily function like farting. Like it's okay for dudes to do it, but if female presenting people or women do it, um, it's like ew. Oh, I wish I had that ew sound effect. Hold on. Um, no, but that's equally as funny. Hold on. Ew. I love that. That's better than the ew one, the like brats one. Oh my god, that is so funny. Hold on, we have to play that again. Ew. Oh my god. Oh wait. Ew. That's the one I meant. That's the one I meant. But that's equally as funny. Ew. Oh dear. What was I even talking about? I don't remember. Oh yeah, burps. Sorry. I accidentally pressed the fart one. Oh, and that's like a higher pitched one as well. Oh my god. Hold on a sec. Oh, my sense of humor is really stupid. But this is a silly podcast, okay? This is what will be expected in episodes to come. Um there's going to be a lot of there's going to be a lot of this. Sorry. That really gets me. Oh my god. I have the sense of humor of a child. Like, cause like like stuff like that, farting, and like the reverb is so much like it makes it so much funnier. But yeah, the farting and people, majority kids falling over, peak comedy, and and animals doing stupid stuff because you gotta love animals and they're very silly. And they're allowed to be silly because they have no pressure on them socially to not be silly. And I wish that was how our society was. Um, so here I am trying to break through society's like standards. Like, come on. Like do we have to stop being silly when we become like even like when you're like 16, 17, you're kind of expected to stop being silly. And I'm like Miranda, the TV show Miranda on BBC. Like I love that show because it's so just freely silly. And I think it's beautiful because it just like she says it probably more eloquently than me, but she talks about how, we should just be free to do what like be stupid and silly and we shouldn't have to be expected to be serious all the time. Yeah, there's like an element of professional business kind of uh standard, but you know you're allowed to be silly once in a while, like not just with your friends, but like come on. The world needs to, like, yeah, there's so much horrible stuff going on in the world, but we need that's why comedy is so good, because it's like, especially during lockdown and when the when COVID was like at its like worst. It's just like it really helped people get through the hard times. And I'm like, it just shows that comedy is is what we need in the worst of times. And, you know, the world is in a terrible place and it's only gonna get worse. Sorry to break it to you, but it's gonna get worse. And it's been pretty bad. I mean, it's up and down. It's a roller coaster. Life's a roller coaster. But just it's just you know. I think the main message is we need to be more silly, and we need to be allowed to be more silly, because who decided that us as a society should stop being silly? Because I wanna have a little word with them and tell them to just to step on some Lego bricks with bare feet, because they don't. I don't know. Just everyone needs to be silly sometimes, and also the amount, like, maybe it's just me and my friends, but I have some very very silly friends, who are silly all the time. I mean, most of the time, and I think that, like, when I'm around them, I feel honestly the happiest. I feel this kind of um unabashed just joy, because and like almost like it's like the opposite of anxiety, but it still has that kind of, you can't breathe because you're so excited. Um that kind of thing. Um because you're just like, "Oh my god, this is so silly. What are we going to do next?" Like you could, like, it's kind of very chaotic and I love it. I remember one time we went, this is me and my friend Oshin, and decided that one day, because we were both sad one day, and we were like, oh, what if we went to this place called Cwmbran, which is in Wales, and it's not far from Cardiff, where I'm based. And I was like, what if we just took a train to Cwmbran? And bearing in mind, at this point in my life, I had a massive like fear of trains. Not like, like, scared of Thomas the Tank Engine, but, like, I was, like, I got majorly anxious when I was getting trains. Like, it was really hard for me to do it by myself. But, like, I was in such a silly mood with them that like, we were like, "Right, let's check on the train app to see what the next train to Cwmbran is." And then we ran, because it was in, like, 10 minutes, and then we ran to get that train. And, bearing in mind, like, I booked a single by accident, because I was like, "I don't know what time we'll be back." Like, I was just like, one-way ticket, and yeah, we just got that train, and it was like it was, like, so electric what we were feeling. We were, like, so high on this silly energy that we were doing. Like, I'm not a spontaneous person a lot of the time, but I've got better at being more spontaneous. And, like, that was the most spontaneous thing I had done in a long time, and it made me feel, like, euphoric. And we went to Cwmbran, we were like, "Oh, what should we do?" It's like a little town, so there's like a cinema, bowling, and all that stuff. And we just decided to walk around, and like at night, because it was like 9 o'clock at night. And we were like, "Yeah, let's just walk around." And then we went to Weatherspoons, and we just like drank a whole lot until like the last train. And that was like honestly the loveliest day. Um, and yeah, we've done similar stuff since, but that was honestly one of the best days I've ever had. Like, that's, like, kind of the one of the most joyous I have ever been, which is just kinda lovely. I'm conscious of time now, and I have gone on a massive tangent. Um, um, I smell burning. I hope it's not my laptop. I'm sure it's fine. Maybe it's the person in the kitchen. So yeah, I'm conscious of time because we got 20 minutes. We've got 10 minutes left. I'm keeping this. I say short. It's. I'm trying to keep it to 30 minutes. But yeah, let's find the funny tweet of the week, shall we? Okay, so my Twitter is literally just mostly Doctor Who stuff. And not even memes as well. Also just Gillian Anderson's like stands, which is fair. And like people, I haven't been on Twitter in a while, but it's like mostly like a lot of people I don't even want to follow anymore and should probably unfollow because I just don't vibe with them anymore. Um, but yeah, the tweet of this week is a tweet by Jack Venning um, saying, reminder that there's no proper way to do CPR and it's totally normal to have your own style and technique. Be you. Which is just kind of iconic. Um this is what I have to say to that. It's definitely a hot take. Yeah, be you. Do CPR how you want, sis. I remember being taught in school the you have to do it to staying alive. You know the ha 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 staying alive, which also it always reminded me of the Horrible Histories version, um, which is just kind of more iconic in a way, because everyone loves Horrible Histories, and if you haven't watched Horrible Histories, where the heck have you been? And I'm sorry that you're living your life like this. It must be hard. I'm sorry. Um, but yeah, that's the tweet of the week. The lesson we learn is just find a song you really like and do CPR to that. Um, so yeah, I'm not a healthcare professional, but it seems pretty cool to me. So yeah, be you. Be true to yourself and do CPR your own way. um, and that's it for today. It was nice talking to you, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and week, and see you next weekend. Bye.